Now, in the previous video, we have seen how to find the last digits, right? So, I hope all of you understood that. Or this question can be asked like a number which is divided by 10, a raised to x divided by 10. What is the remainder? Okay, like this also they can ask you. So, you understood how to find the last digit, right? Or they can ask this question in a different way also. What is the rightmost non-zero integer or last non-zero integer? Okay, non-zero integer. I give you a question like this: 7230 raised to 2007 plus 9870 raised to 3007. So I'll ask you, what is the last non-zero integer? Okay, so that is a question. So how will you solve it? Now first you need to know which number is important for you. This number is important because if you take this number, there will be more zeros, right? Since the power is 3007, obviously there will be more zeros. So if this number last digit is, let's suppose a, okay, there are some digits here, last digit is non-zero integer is a, then you have many zeros, right? You have many zeros. What about this number? If you write, that number is having more than the zeros of the first number, right? So that number will go like 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So when you take the sum, it will be like this, right? So when you take the sum is actually depending on this, the last non-zero digit of the sum depends on the first number. So basically we need to find the last non-zero digit of the first number. So as I told you earlier, you need to find 7230 raised to 2007 last non-zero integer, okay, because this number is not important. Now out of this, last non-zero means the zero is not important. So this is 723 raised to 2007. Last digit is what you need to find. Since it is last digit, this 2 is not important. So you'll write it as 3 raised to 2007. Since the power cycle of 3 is 4, this 2 is also not important for you. So you'll write it as 3 raised to 7. 3 raised to 7, you can also write as 3 raised to 3 because power cycle is 4. We have already discussed this, right? So then what is your answer? Answer is 7. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about last 2 digits, okay? Or you will get questions like a raised to x is a number. You divide by 100, what is the remainder? There is a question. So effectively I am asking last 2 digits. Why? If you have a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divided by 100, what is the remainder? For this last 2 digits is the remainder, right? Because this has to be 0. So how much extra? 45 extra. That's your remainder. So last 2 digits means remainder when divided by 100. So in this 2 way I can ask you this question. Or I can also ask you a raised to x divided by 50. So if I ask you remainder when divided by 50, that also depends on the last 2 digits itself. If the last 2 digits is 35, you can tell the remainder, right? Remainder will be 35. If last 2 digits is 75, remainder when divided by 50 will be 25. So you can tell the answer by seeing the last 2 digits. For that matter, if I ask you a raised to x divided by 25, still you can answer by seeing the last 2 digits. If the last 2 digits is 35, what is the remainder? You'll get, you divide with 25, 10. If the last 2 digits is 49, what is the remainder? 24. If the last 2 digits is 75, what is the remainder? 0. Because 75 you can divide. If the last 2 digits is 81, what is the remainder? 6 is the remainder. So, last 2 digits if you find, you can answer all these questions. Okay. Divide by 100, a raised to x, divided by 100, you can get the remainder. Divide by 50, you can get the remainder. Divide by 25, you can get the remainder. Divide by 20, you can get the remainder. Divide by 10, you can get the remainder. That anyway you know the method. Okay. Even divided by 5, you can get the remainder. 2, you can get the remainder, etc. 4, you can get the remainder. Okay. Because the reason is all these are the factors of 100. All these are the factors of 100. So last 2 digits and divisibility of these numbers depends on the last 2 digits, right? See, if I ask you, I give you a bigger number, 2 raised to 87 or something like that, a bigger number. What is the remainder when divided by 4? So basically, if I know the last 2 digits, I can get it because I know the divisibility of 4 depends on the last 2 digits, right? If the last 2 digits is 81, then what is the remainder? 1. I know that. Similarly, if last 2 digits is 81, if I need to divide by 5, okay, if I need to divide by 5, what is the remainder? Divide by 5, you get the remainder, right? What is that? 1. So divide by 2 also you'll get the remainder 1. Divided by 10 also you'll get the remainder 1. That you know anyway. Divided by 20 also you get the remainder 1. Divide by 25, you get remainder 6. Divide by 50, you get remainder 31. Divide by 100, you get 81 itself as a remainder. The last two digits, if you find, that is actually remainder when divided by 100. But I can find the answers for all these also, whether 50 or 25 or 20 or 10 or 4 or 5 or 2, etc. Okay. So I hope this is clear for you. Let's discuss the method now. So what I'll do is, I'm dividing this into two sections. In the first case, I'll discuss all the odd numbers. Okay, so odd numbers means numbers ending in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Now, when I discuss about odd numbers, I have a very direct and shortcut method for one. Direct and shortcut method, you'll get the answer in seconds, 5 seconds. Okay, so number ending in 1, I can get the answer in seconds, in a flash. Now, 3, 5, 7, 9, I will extend the method which I am going to use in 1. So then it will become easy for you. Okay, so we will cover complete odd numbers. Then I will give you the method for any 2 raised to n number if you take. If you can represent in the form of 2 raised to n. Any 2 raised to n number, I'll give you the method. That means any other number if you get, that will be a combination of 2 raised to n and odd number, right? Any other number will be a combination of, see, 2 raised to n number if I give, then any other even number if you take, that will be a combination of this. So you can combine this two and you can get the last 2 digits faster. So let's start off with odd numbers. Within that, let's start off with the number ending in 1. Okay. Now you have a number 31 raised to 62. Okay. You need to find the last 2 digits or divide by 100. What is the remainder? Question is same in both cases. So you have to find last 2 digits. Now, similar to what we have discussed earlier, when we discussed about last digit, I told you to find the last digit, you need the last digit only. So here to find the last 2 digits, you need this 2 digits. Okay. So number ending in 1, you know, whatever be the power, last digit will be 1. That we have already discussed. Now what you need to do is, you need to find this previous digit, right? So the second digit or the second last digit into this 2. 3 into 2, 6. That's your answer. So what if the question is 131 raised to 62? To find the last 2 digits, last 2 digits is important, we don't want this. So still answer will be 61. What about 1131 raised to 62? This is not important, answer is 61. What about 32331 raised to 62? This is not important, so the answer is 61 itself. I hope this is clear for all of you. So what about 21 raised to 86? Last digit will be 1 because the number is ending in 1. Previous will be 2 into 6, 12, that means 2, 21. What about 41 raised to 89? So last digit will be 1. 4 into 9, 36, so 6. Now what about 301 raised to 89? This is not important. Okay, so number ending in 1, last digit will be 1. 0 into 9, 0. Okay, now let's look at 3, 7, 9. Okay, in odd numbers. One is 5. So 5, there are only 2 possibilities, 25 or 75. We'll discuss about this later. Now let's look at 375. The method is very easy. We are going to extend the method that we have learned in case of 1. Okay, so let's take a number 33 raised to 64. So you need to find the last 2 digits. Here if you see, the number is ending in 3. But if the number was ending in 1, if it was 31 raised to 64, the answer is ready. 1 and 3 into 4, 12. Right? So the answer is ready. But here the number is ending in 3. So I don't have a direct method. What I need to do is, I need to convert the number in the bracket in such a way that it will end in 1. I hope you understood. So I need to rewrite this number in such a way that number in the bracket will end in 1. Power can be anything. So the number here is 3. Okay. What power of 3 will give you 1? Okay. We need to rearrange. So 3 raised to 1 is 3. 3 square is 9. 3 cube is 9 into 3, 7. 3 raised to 4 is 7 into 3, 1. So 3 raised to 4 will give you 1. So you can rearrange 33 raised to 64 as 33 raised to 4. The reason is, last digit of this will be 1. 33 raised to 4, last digit of this will be 1. Then whatever is left out, that is 16. Right? What property you are applying here? A raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. Okay, this is the property you have used to factorize like this. So 64 is covered. Now what is the idea? The number in this bracket will definitely be 1, or the number in this bracket will be ending with 1. Then power is 16. We can solve. Okay, so one thing is sure, if it's a bigger number, I don't know what is 33 raised to 4. It's actually 33 into 33 into 33 into 33 into 33, or 33 square into 33 square. But this will end in 1. That I know, because 3 raised to 4. Okay, and if I know this digit, I just need this 2 and power 16 to find the answer, right? Now how will you get this digit? That's the tricky part here. Either you can multiply 33 square into 33 square. So the square itself is difficult. The square multiplication is another time consuming part. So I give you a method here. A simple concept, okay? The logic of this I'll explain when I discuss about squares, okay? Anyway, I'll be taking a session on squares after completing the reminders, but just understand this now for the moment. To solve this problem, the logic I'll give you: 2 square, what is that? 4, right? So what is the last 2 digits? If I ask you, you need to write it as 04. 2 square last 2 digits will be equal to 48 square last 2 digits, that will also be 04. 52 square last 2 digits will also be 04. Okay, 98 square will also be 04. 102 square will also be 04. 148 square will also be 04. 152 square will also be 04. 198 square will be 04. 202 square will be 04. 248 square, 252 square, 298 square, 302 square, 348 square, 352 square, etc. All will be ending in 04. Okay, what is the relation? All are multiples of 50 plus 2 minus 2. Okay, 48 is 50 minus 2, 52 is 50 plus 2. 100 minus 2, 100 plus 2. 150 minus 2, 150 plus 2. 200 minus 2, 200 plus 2. Okay, and not only in case of 2, if you take 3, okay, 3 square is 09, so 47 square will be 09, 53 square will be 09, 97 square will be 09, 103 square will be 09. So multiples of 50 minus 3 plus 3. Multiples of 50 minus 3 plus 3, that means 200 minus 3, 200 plus 3. 250 minus 3, 250 plus 3, all will be ending in 09. Okay, so now you can take minus 4 plus 4, so that means ending in multiples of 50 minus 4 plus 4 will be ending in 16, that is 4 square. So that means 46 square will be ending in 16, 54 square will be ending in 16, 96 square will be ending in 16, 104 square will be ending in 16, etc. So it's like multiple of 50 minus 5 plus 5, that means 45 square equal to 5 square equal to 55 square equal to 95 square equal to 105 square equal to, etc. Similarly, 10 square will be equal to 50 minus 10, 40, 50 plus 10, 60. 10 square will be equal to 40 square will be equal to 60 square will be equal to 90 square will be equal to 110 square will be equal to, not equal completely, I am talking about the last 2 digits. So 13 square will be equal to 37 square will be equal to 63 square will be equal to 87 square will be equal to 113 square will be equal to 137, 163, 187, 213, 237, 263, etc. 50 minus 50 plus. So if you know 14 square last 2 digits, 14 square is, all of you know, right? 196. So 96 is the last 2 digits. 14 square last 2 digit we know, 19 square. So you can easily tell 36 square last 2 digits. It will be equal to 14 square. That is 96. You can also tell me 64 last 2 digits. That is also 96. You can tell me 86 square. That is also 96. You can tell me 114 square. That is also 96. Okay, so that is what we are going to use here. Now this 33 raised to 4, what I'll do is I'll write it as 33 square into 33 square in the bracket. I know 33 square into 33 square will end in 1, but I don't know the previous number. If I know the previous number, I can get the last 2 digits faster. So here, now 33 square also I don't know. I have a shortcut method, I'll come to that, but here I just need the last 2 digits only. I don't want the complete square, right? So 33 square last 2 digits will be equal to 17 square last 2 digits, because 33 is 50 minus 17. So if I need only last 2 digits, I can write it as 33 square will be equal to 17 square, right? So this becomes 17, this becomes 17. 17 square is easy, 289. So I don't want 289 completely, I need 89. So this will be 89 and this also will be 89. Okay, the power is there, common power 16. Now this become 89 square, right? This become 89 square. I don't know what is 89 square, but I know 11 square. 11 square last 2 digits will be similar to 100 minus 11, that is 89, right? So 89 square last 2 digits if I need, I'll get it as 21. I'm not interested in whatever is coming. Okay, now you can solve this question by finding the answer for 21 raised to 16. What is that? Number ending in 1, last digit will be 1. Previous will be 2 into 6, 2. So answer for this given question, last two digits will be 21. Why? Let me go for a quick recap. I rearranged like this, 33 raised to 4 raised to 16. So total 64 is covered. Then I wrote it as 33 square. And to find the last two digits, I need only last two digits. So 33 square last two digits will be equal to 17 square last two digits. So I am taking the last two digits of 17, that is 89. 2 times 89 is coming, right? So 89 into 89, that is a bigger number, but I don't want the complete number. I need the last two digits only. But 89 last two digits, 89 square last two digits will be similar to 11 square last two digits. That I know is 21. So see, the idea is, if you open up this bracket, if you fill this bracket completely by finding 33 square and multiplying, you get a number which is ending in 21. Something is there, but that I am not interested. To find the answer for the question, I need the last two digits only. Then power you will write, that is there 16. So 21 raised to 16, 1 is the last digit, 2 into 6, 12, so 2. One more example if you want. Now what if you have, your question will be, what if you have 33 raised to 65, right? Then you will write it as 33 raised to 64 into 33. Now 33 raised to 64, you already got the last two digits, that is 21. Now this is the last two digits, so 33, you multiply, you can get the answer. That becomes difficult, but still you can find it. You will not get this question in your paper. So what if this is 33 raised to 66, then you will write it as 33 raised to 64 into 33 square, and this you got the answer as 21. 33 square last two digits is what I need. I know that is 17 square last two digits, right? So 89. So multiply, you'll get the answer. Now the most difficult question you can get, that is the only possibility, right? You may get it as 33 raised to 67. Then what you will do, you will write it as 33 raised to 64, you got the answer as 21, then 33 square, then 33. 33 square last two digits you know, 89, which will be similar to 17 square, right? And then 33. You multiply all these last two digits, you'll get the answer. Only addition is one step of multiplication extra. Now, what will be the next question? Next will be 33 raised to 68. That is nothing but 33 raised to 4 raised to 17. No need to do anything. That is easy. So 33 raised to 4 will be ending in 21. Then 17 means 1, 2 into 7, 4. That will be ending in 41. I hope this is clear for all of you. So what about 7? If you have 37 raised to, let's take 128. See, for 7 also I don't have a direct method. I need to do exactly the same thing that I have done in case of 3. I have a direct method for 1. So convert this number in such a way that in the bracket you should get a number which is ending in 1. So 7 raised to which power will end in 1? You take 7 raised to 1 is 7. 7 square is 9. 7 cube is 3. 7 raised to 4 is 1. So here also I need to write it as 7 raised to 4. So how will you write it? 37 raised to 4 raised to, you write it as 32, right? So 128 is covered. Now 37 raised to 4 means, how will you write? 37 square into 37 square. That 32 is there. I may not write it in the coming steps, but I'll write towards the end, okay? So 37 square, I don't want it completely. I need the last two digits only. The last two digits depends on the last two digits. So what is the last two digits of 37 square? It will be similar to 13 square. So 69, and this is also 69. So this becomes 69 square. I don't want what is 69 square completely. I need the last two digits of 69 square. Then I'll get the answer, right? So what is the last two digits of 69 square? It will be similar to 19 square. You know 19 square is 361. So 61 is the last two digits. What does this mean? If you open up this bracket, if you write it completely, you'll get a number which is ending in 61. But I'm not concerned about these digits. Now your power 32 is there. So your answer is number ending in 1. Last digit is 1. 6 into 2. What else you can get is 37 raised to 129. Then you will write it as 37 raised to 128. You got the answer 21 into 37. So basically into 37. So you get the answer here, okay? Or you get 37 raised to, no, instead of 37 you can get 47, 57, 67 or whatever it is. You use the same method only, okay? 130, then you write it as 37 raised to 128 into 37 square. So 37 raised to 128, you already got the answer. You can follow the method. You get 21 into this. Last two digits will be equal to 13 square. So 69. What if it is 131? You have one more, 37. So multiply with 37. Next will be 37 raised to 132. That is nothing but 37 raised to 4 raised to 633. Now I hope you can solve it. So what about 9? Okay, number ending in 9. Let's suppose 39 raised to 256. So you need to convert this number in the bracket in such a way that it will end in 1. Okay. So what power of 9 will give you 1? 9 raised to 1, 9. 9 square is 1. Okay. So you need to convert it as 9 square. So you write it as 39 square raised to 128. Now this is easy, right? 39 square, we just need the last two digits. We don't want 39 square completely. 39 square last two digits will be equal to 11 square. That means 21 raised to 128. You can get the answer. Last digit will be 1, previous will be 2 into 8, 6. Okay. So what else will be the question? 39 raised to 257. Then you'll write it as 39 raised to 256 into 39. So you got the answer here. Multiply with 39. What if 39 raised to 360? You will write it as 39 square raised to 180. Okay, and 39 square, you know it is 11 square. That means 21. So 21 raised to 180 means 1. This will be 0. So if you have 33 raised to 128, or if you have 133 raised to 128, both will be same because 1 is not important. 1 is not important for us. Okay, so I hope all of you understood this method. And I hope you will be in a position to solve any question which you get from last two digits where the last digit is an odd number, or any odd number you will be in a position to solve now. Okay, now let's look at 2 raised to n numbers. Now 2 raised to n numbers are even more easier. Okay, it's like you just need to remember two numbers. 2 raised to 10 raised to any even number will give you last two digits 76. Okay, and 2 raised to 10 raised to any odd number will give you last two digits 24. So this is what you need to remember. In the previous case you don't want to remember anything. Here you can keep in mind these two values, so you'll get the answer faster. Okay, so you need to write it in this format. So that means if you get a question 2 raised to 240, okay, this is written as 2 raised to 10 raised to 24. So 2 raised to 10 raised to even number. Okay, so what is your answer? 76. So if you get question 2 raised to 230, okay, so you write it as 2 raised to 10 raised to 23. This is an odd number, so what is your answer? 24. Now your doubt will be if you get some other numbers, right? If like 237, 238, etc. Okay, we'll discuss that. Let's take a number 2 raised to 147. Okay, now how will you write it? 2 raised to 10 raised to 14. 140 is covered into 2 raised to 7. And this is even, so you know this is going to end in 76. 2 raised to 7 is 128. What we need is 28 only. Now you can multiply this, you'll get the answer. Now I tell you one interesting thing, when you multiply with 28, you'll get 28 itself as the answer. Okay, so if it was 148, this will be 8, then you will get 256. So what I need is 56 only. When you multiply with 56, you'll get 56 as the answer. You don't want to multiply, you can directly write. So if I give you 2 raised to 185, you just need to know this is 180 plus 5. 180 is even, right? So because 2 raised to 10 raised to 18, that is even, into 2 raised to 5. So this is not important for us. Just write the last two digits of this. Anyway, you know this is 76 into 32. You multiply, you get 32 itself. See, I am not generalizing. You will not get the same value when you multiply 76 with any other number. But whatever is possible here, it's like 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3, 2 raised to 4, 2 raised to 5, 2 raised to 6, 2 raised to 7, 2 raised to 8, 2 raised to 9. That is the possible values. When you multiply, you get the same last two digits. So, if it was 189, what is your answer? 12 is your answer. Why? Because anyway, this is 9. 2 raised to 9 is what we need. 2 raised to 9 is 512, so 12. Okay. So what about 2 raised to 837? See, this is 2 raised to 10 raised to 83 into 2 raised to 7. This is odd number. So 24, 2 raised to 7, 128. So 28, this you need to manually multiply. So in case of odd number here, you need to do this multiplication, 24 into 28. So if it was 8, this will become 8. So this will become 56. If this was 9, this become 9, then this become 1, 2. That multiplication you need to do. But in case of even, you don't want to do that multiplication. See, now onwards it's like this only. I give you a number 2 raised to 287. You know this is 280, which I can write as even, 10 raised to 28. Then 7 means 2 raised to 7 is 28. So I'll write, that's your answer. Why? Because I can write it as 2 raised to 10 raised to 28 into 2 raised to 7. So this is 76 into 28 will give me 28. So 76 into this will give me 28 itself. But if I ask you 2 raised to 337, right? So 2 raised to 10, 330 means 33 into 2 raised to 7, right? This is odd. So this is 24 into 28 you need to do. But if it was even, if it was 34, then you don't want to do this. Although this is 76, you will get 28 directly. You just need to know this only. So one more, 2 raised to 87 or 2 raised to 85, 80. 80 means 10 raised to 8, it's even, right? So what you need is 2 raised to 5. That's your answer, 32. One more, 2 raised to 126. 120 means 10 raised to 12, that is even. So what we need is 2 raised to 6. What is that? 64. Last two digits will be 64. The reason is you will write it as 2 raised to 10 raised to 12 into 2 raised to 6. This is 76 into 64 will give you 64 itself. I hope this is clear for all of you. Now 7 raised to 2008, it was a CAT question, actual CAT question. You can tell me the year, right, by looking into this. The 2008 question. So how will you solve? This is the easiest you can get, or the easiest I'll ever discuss also. Last two digits is what you need, right? So what power of 7 will give you 1? Okay, 7 raised to 1 will be 7. 7 square, 9. 7 cube, 3. 7 raised to 4, 1. So I need to write it as 7 raised to 4, right? 7 raised to 4 raised to 502. Now 7 raised to 4 means 7 square into 7 square raised to 502. That means 49 into 49 raised to 502. That means 49 square raised to 502. I don't want to know what is 49 square. I know what is the last two digits of 49 square. It will be equal to 1 square. So what is the last two digits? 01 raised to 502. What is your answer? 1, 0 into 2, 0. So last two digits of 7 raised to 2008 will be 01. I hope this is clear for all of you. So we have completed last digit or a number divided by 10. What is the remainder question? Okay. Or you can get question like last non-zero integer in the previous video. In this video we completed last two digits or a number divided by 100. What is the remainder? They can also ask you divided by 50, divided by 25, divided by 20, divided by 10, 4, 2, etc. Any factors of 100. But if you get the last two digits, you can solve all these questions. Let's suppose last two digits that you got is 85. If you need to divide with 50 means divide by 50, you get the remainder 35. If divide by 25 means you get remainder 10. If divided by 20 means you get remainder 5. If divided by 5 means you get remainder 0. If divided by 10 means you get remainder 5. I hope you can understand. If divided by 2 means you get remainder 1. If divided by 4 means you get remainder 1. Everything depends on the last digit, last two digits. Some of it depends on the last digit also. 10 depends on last digit, 2 depends on last digit, 5 depends on last digit, right? Others depends on last two digits. So anything which depends on last digit and last two digits can be solved from this concept. So I hope we completed this topic in a much better way. I hope you can solve all the questions which can be asked from this topic. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can comment. I'll answer for the questions.